Hello, my name is Paul Clark. I'm your host for the Verboten Manuscripts. And behind me, you see the missile that I used to work on through Orbital Sciences Corporation. It was a supersonic sea skimming missile. It did Mach 2.5, and I was the senior electronic technician on the program. We shot the missile at NASA, but we tested it in South Bend, Indiana, and this is the Military Honors Park at the Michiana Regional Airport. Today we'll be going over the Tic Tac UFO because it was the best recorded UFO in world history. It was recorded on radar, forward-looking infrared, video, and it was chased by two squadrons of FA-18 Hornets. So hang on to your hats, grab your calculators, and we're going to go for an adventure through the Tic Tac UFO's maneuvers and characteristics. Thank you for joining us.
It was so bizarre. I found out later that these things actually made that movement from 28,000 feet to 50 feet in less than a second, 0.78 seconds. We did a data reduction on the CEC.
The Tic Tac UFO was reportedly changing altitude from 28,000 feet to 50 feet in 0.78 seconds. What is the g-forces of that maneuver?
Since we're considering the object's descent from 28,000 feet to 50 feet, we'll assume it started from rest and reached its final velocity at 50 feet. The change in altitude, \delta H, is 27,950 feet, which we need to convert to meters. 1 foot equals 0.3048 meters. \delta H equals 27,950 text feet, times 0.3048 frac, text mu text foot equals 8,514.46 text m. We don't have the final velocity, but we can estimate the average velocity, v_average, during the descent. Then the acceleration is. Finally, the g-forces. Plugging in the numbers. This will give us the g-force experienced by the object. Keep in mind that this is a simplified calculation, and the actual g-force could be different due to various factors such as air resistance and the object's propulsion system. Also, the g-force calculated here is an average over the 0.78 seconds. The actual g-force experienced at the very end of the descent could be higher or lower.
The beam calculation is not a formal calculation. A scientific formal calculation can be found in the article called Estimating Flight Characteristics of Anomalous Unidentified Area Vehicles by Kevin Newth, Robert Powell, and Peter Relly. And they have a very extensive formal calculation that they review to determine that the Tic Tac UFO performed between 75 Gs and 5,370 Gs. So as far as we know, no human craft is capable of withstanding this G-force.
The maximum g-force an aircraft can withstand before structural failure or destruction varies depending on the design and type of the aircraft. For example, modern airliners are typically designed with a limit load factor of plus 2.5 G and -1.0 G. This means they are designed to withstand forces up to 2.5 times the force of gravity without yielding. However, with a safety factor included, the actual maximum g-force that could cause destruction might be higher, potentially around plus 3.75 G and -1.5 G. Military fighter jets and high-performance aerobatic aircraft are designed to withstand much higher g-forces, often up to 9 gs or more for brief periods. It's also noted that during accidents, it has been observed that no pilot could withstand more than 18 Gs, which is considered the upper limit for cockpit design in terms of g-force resistance. These figures are general guidelines, and the actual G-force tolerance can vary based on specific aircraft models and their structural integrity at any given time. It's important to note that these tolerances are for the aircraft structure itself. The human body has much lower G-force tolerance limits.
What is a drone's G-force tolerance limit?
The G-force tolerance limit for drones can vary significantly depending on their design, materials, and intended use. Generally, commercial drones may have a lower G-force tolerance compared to military drones, which are often designed to withstand higher G-forces due to their operational requirements. For instance, racing drones, which are built for speed and agility, might be designed to handle high G-forces during rapid maneuvers. On the other hand, consumer drones used for photography or videography may not be designed to endure such extreme conditions. Military drones, especially those designed for reconnaissance or combat, are likely engineered to withstand substantial G-forces, potentially in the range of 20 GS or more, to ensure they can survive harsh operational environments and rapid maneuvers. It's important to note that the specific G-force tolerance for a drone would be detailed in the manufacturer's specifications, and such information is not always publicly available, especially for military drones due to security reasons. For precise figures, consulting the drone's technical documentation or the manufacturer would provide the most accurate information. If you're interested in a particular drone model, I can look up more detailed information for you. Given the reported capabilities of the Tic Tac UFO, such as its ability to descend 80,000 feet in less than a second and the absence of visible propulsion systems, it does seem unlikely that it is a human-made craft. The object's rapid acceleration, lack of conventional flight characteristics, and the way it seemed to mirror the movements of the observing pilots are all behaviors that do not match current human technology, at least not publicly known technology. The incident, which occurred in 2004 and involved U.S. Navy pilots from the USS Nimitz, has been a subject of much discussion and analysis. The pilots, including retired Navy commander David Fravor, described the object as a tic-tac-looking object that exhibited extraordinary flight capabilities. The object's ability to accelerate and its apparent awareness of the pilot's presence suggest technology that is well beyond current human capabilities. While there is no definitive explanation for the Tic Tac UFO, the details shared by the pilots and the subsequent analysis by experts have led to widespread speculation about its origins. The incident remains one of the most well-documented and intriguing encounters with unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, to date.
Would any type of metal be capable of withstanding that type of G-force?
The ability of a material to withstand high G-forces is not only about the strength of the metal, but also about its structural design and the way the forces are distributed and absorbed. However, there are advanced materials that have been identified to withstand extremely high temperatures and pressures, which could be indicative of their ability to handle high G-forces as well. For instance, researchers have developed a titanium carbide TIC, reinforced molybdenum silicon boron MOCB, based alloy known as MOCBTC, which has shown high temperature strength under constant forces in the temperature ranges of 1,400 to 1,600 degrees Celsius. This alloy is stronger than the cutting-edge nickel-based single crystal superalloys commonly used in jet engines and gas turbines. Such materials are designed to withstand disruptive forces without deforming, suggesting they might also be capable of handling high G-forces. Additionally, materials like tantalum carbide and hafnium carbide have been found to withstand temperatures of nearly 4,000 degrees Celsius. These materials could potentially be used in applications where they would be subjected to extreme forces, such as in spacecraft re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. While these materials show promise in withstanding high temperatures and pressures, the specific G-forces you mentioned, like those associated with the Tic Tac UFO, are beyond the scope of current public knowledge regarding material science. The structural integrity of any known craft, along with the biological limits of a human pilot, would be far exceeded by such forces. The materials and engineering required to create a craft capable of such feats would need to be far beyond our current capabilities and understanding of physics and material science. It's one of the many reasons why the Tic Tac UFO incident continues to intrigue both the public and scientific communities.
What was the maximum speed of the Tic Tac UFO as reported or calculated?
The maximum speed of the Tic Tac UFO, as reported by a fighter jet pilot, was an astonishing 19,000 miles per hour. This speed was calculated based on the observation that the UFO dropped from 80,000 feet to around 28,000 feet in several seconds, and then from 28,000 feet to just above sea level in less than 1 second. These speeds are considered unattainable with current human technology. The incident remains one of the most compelling encounters due to the extraordinary capabilities displayed by the UFO.
Using the figures that Kevin Day has reported, where the craft went from 28,000 feet down to 50 feet in 0.78 seconds, calculate the speed of that change in maneuver.
To calculate the speed of the craft's descent from 28,000 feet to 50 feet in 0.78 seconds, we can use the formula for average speed, which is distance divided by time. 28,000 text feet, 50 text feet equals 27,950 text feet. There are 5,280 feet in a mile, so 27,950 text feet di 5,280 text feet /mile equals 5.29 text miles. Now we can calculate the speed. Text speed equals frac text distance u text time e equals frac 5.29 text miles is 0.78 text seconds times frac 3,600 text seconds /hour or 1 text hour. Text speed equals 24,461.54 text miles /hour. So, the craft's speed during that maneuver would be approximately 24,461.54 miles per hour.
Wow, that's incredible.